everyone, I'm Jackie Elliott and I'm an accredited coach with the EMCC and I work alongside Jonny Drury. Hi Jonny.
Hello everyone.
As part of Autism Dialogue. Before we start and going any further, I think it's really important and I'd like you all to understand where the idea for Autism Dialogue came from. And Jonny is that person who had the idea and inspiration. So Jonny, where does Autism Dialogue come from?
Well, I got a diagnosis of Asperger's a few years ago, and basically I still struggle with the whole thing about autism and Asperger's, and my dad. I was thinking about this morning. My dad's was a clock mender, and I've got this mind that really needs to find out the answer. So I went to university, got on the studies for autism, and at the same time I had this idea that if I got everybody who's involved in autism together, including autistic people, academics, scientists, parents, carers, people that family members that struggle with an autistic person in the family, then I might find some answers. And the whole thing about dialogue is a group method of communication that I came across many years ago. And I just the word autism dialogue popped into my head and it seemed to make sense. So since 2017, been bringing people together in that way.
So that's quite a lot of practice. So as I understand it, that's a group of people coming together, was it once a month in Sheffield to practice dialogue?
Yeah.
And now, obviously, in the last few months, we've taken that online. So I co-facilitate with Jonny an Autism Dialogue group that's online over Zoom, which is the format that you can see we're recording in now. So it looks very like this, just there's more boxes of people that you can see as we're talking in dialogue. And we've just recently, well, we're very excited to say we've just recently secured some funding from Sheffield CCG to run a autism dialogue. So Jonny, we've got 10 weeks that's starting on the 20th of May. What can people expect from that?
Yeah, so they've been trying to get some money out into the community, into the autism community for a while. And then Covid-19 happened. So what the NHS, the CCG kindly did was decide that the money would be, some of the money would be best allocated in response to COVID-19 to support autistic people who are particularly suffering at this time with regards to loneliness and anxiety and the classical autism things that are more enhanced as we we go into social restrictions. It's just been a really interesting process. We've had a few experiments with it, and so we've formulated these 10 sessions for the Sheffield people, for autistic people and parents and carers. And we're going to start off next Wednesday, so it's Wednesday 20th, and we're going to start off with a kind of an interactive seminar, so a little bit of a presentation about what the whole idea, a little bit more about this, like this, and what it entails. So it's going to mean you can start to interact with us about the whole thing, and it's going to be guided a lot by the people that attend every week for 10 weeks. And I think the second session will be like a little bit more getting into the dialogue itself. So kind of tentatively titled it One Situation, Many Perspectives. So what's it like for you at this time as an autistic person or parent carer of an autistic adult or child in relation to COVID-19 and all the really strange situation that everyone's finding, that we find ourselves in. And yeah, so we're going to kind of evolve it as we go along according to what people want, and etc.
So we've got all of the practice that we can draw on for the stuff that we've been doing with Autism Dialogue and what we've been doing jointly more recently. But there's also obviously all of the theory and research around the dialogic practices,
Yeah.
And that's really important for what we're hoping to be able to achieve for people. over the next 10 weeks. So what is it that they could expect, Jonny, in terms of, you know, the type of environment they're coming into, you know, in terms of the 4 dialogic practices, for example?
The point of coming together, there's various points, but one of them is supporting each other. So the theory of dialogue is that when you communicate in a group, in a constructive and safe way, and be able to share your story, your experience and perspective, as well as other people's, then the idea is that like there's like a common consensus, and it's a sense of community, and out of that grows support. It's like a supportive environment. So you're more likely to feel part of a community, and that's, I think that's at the essence of it. So it's shown over the last 3 years, it's shown to reduce anxiety, because it's, you know, it's a support group in a sense. We don't call it a support group, but it does have that. But also there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that you know, is that generating of shared understanding and shared meaning, but there's no judgment assigned to that. We accept everybody for who they are, and they bring what they're comfortable to bring. So there's no obligation either. Yeah. So if people are concerned around the fact that we're using Zoom, which obviously has video cameras on, and we've got ours on at the moment, there's no obligation for you to have your camera on, or even to be in shot. So for certain members, I know they feel far more comfortable just to have their camera on, but to be slightly out of shot themselves. So there's no, you know, it's a very inclusive environment for people to join. So Jonny, as we want to just leave everybody with sort of one, before we summarise quickly the logistics, one thing for them to take away, you know, what is it, why would somebody want to join us for these 10 weeks? And equally, just while I think about it, you don't have to be there for all of the 10 weeks. You're free to come to those sessions that you feel comfortable and able to and want to come to. You don't have to come to all 10. Yeah. But if they commit to coming to some of the sessions, what would they hope to achieve?
So whether you're an autistic adult or a parent or carer in Sheffield, in the Sheffield area, and you feel like you just want to even just listen off camera and just be part of a group, safe and confidential, facilitated group by Jackie and myself, and for an hour and a half out of a week, it's not a lot of time, but I think you'll get something from it. Just a sense of community, a sense of sharing, and it's always open. You'll never be, like Jackie says, you'll never be obliged, you'll never be chosen to speak if you don't want to. But the way we hold these groups, it gives every opportunity to participate as much as you want. And I think it's that sense of community, sense of belonging, and reducing the isolation and the effects of strange effects of being isolated, and the worries and everything that's going around at the moment. So we invite you to come along, and it's a learning process, and for us as well, and we're excited and intrigued as to what's going to happen and who we're going to meet.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who we're going to meet. I'm really looking forward to it. So I guess the last thing to say is, as you've said before, it starts on May the 20th. All the details are on the webpage. Registration's available there as well. Please go have a look around. Message us if there's anything you still would like to understand that we haven't covered here today. And I know it can feel, we can all feel really anxious when stepping into a new group, new network, new experience. So we encourage you to just try, join us, and we look forward to speaking with you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your time. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.